it was so cool to hear somebody that talks like me and my friends in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am, I
I
do.
really, really like that. I was like, oh, she talking like me and my girls. It was all good in the hood. I was so excited for that. But what I like to know from both of you is, when was the first time you picked up a Marvel comic book? And if that wasn't the case, when was the first time you were turned on to the MCU? And we'll go with ladies first and start with Chinaka.
When I was a kid growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch things on TV unless they had a black person or a woman in the lead role, and so I applied that to the comic books as well. I immediately went through and started trying to find um, anyone that looked like me. And in that era, there weren't. And so I remember when Eve, who was my good friend, told me about Ironheart. And this was before I knew I would ever be involved with the project. Just the feeling of overwhelming joy of just knowing there was going to be somebody who talked and sounded like me in the MCU, and code switches like me in the MCU. I think was really really exciting.
My older cousin Jamon was a comic book fan. He's 7 years older than me, so he had all the comics around his house. I would go over there. Um, his mom would babysit me, my aunt Kathy, so I would pick his comic books up. And my dad is a amateur cartoonist, so he would buy black owned comic books in Oakland all the time. He'll have them around the house. There was one called Brother Man that he would have around the house, and he had all of the milestone books. My dad he had like the All Static Shock and Icon and Young Bloods. So y'all, I was around him since like my earliest memories. I was around him.